Hello, everyone. Sorry, it has been a crazy last couple weeks, but there's a plus to that. When craziness is going on, you're able to take some time to go within. And when you go within, you get the answers that you're searching for, right? So, Spirit has been sending me a whole bunch of downloads the last couple days. On certain like animal totems, on what the meaning is for seeing those animals are birds or signs or whatever. They gave me an angel number, and also the 3 this week for whatever reason has been like in all my pictures. There's 3. Well, 3 is the number of completion. So I'm going to read a couple of things to you, and then the cards have been hot. Okay. I sat in my room and I was just shuffling cards for myself. It had been a couple of days, needed some clarity myself on some things. And I was just getting stories after, different things. And his spirit was like, you need to get on there now and you need to do a reading. You need to stop procrastinating. It is time for you to do so. So we're here. Okay. So we have angel number 511, and it says, changes related to your love life, new beginnings of a beautiful relationship, the kind which could last a lifetime. Relax and trust that everything is unfolding accordingly to plan universe has for you. So it's saying that this journey that you're on, this everything that you're doing in accordance to whatever you're manifesting or whatever you feel is destined for you, the angels are telling you that you're on the right path. You're doing things exactly the way you need to do them. There's new beginnings coming in, whether that be with a relationship or that be with a family member or a friend or a job. Something is coming in that is a new beginning that is going to make you happy. They're telling you to relax and trust. Everything is happening in divine timing. Okay. So then we have the eagle totem, and where I live, I would say probably about 30 minutes from me, there's a big body of water, and people go there to be able to see the eagles and stuff like that certain times of the year. But I'm pretty far out from that. So it's not like a normal everyday occurrence for me to be seeing massive owls in the vicinity of my home, when I go out into nature. And I've been seeing eagles. I went out to my soul tribe's house, and there was just birds, massive birds all over the sky, and it was like there's a meaning for this. So it drew me to looking up the eagle totem. And the eagle totem is it appears to inspire, push you to reach higher and become more than you think you are capable of. They tell you to be courageous and really stretch your limits and see what you can do. They bring a sense of courage and a desire to explore and grow. And wisdom, vision, strength, those are, the main points of the meaning of what this eagle is supposed to represent, right? So it's showing you, it's inspiring you for this new beginning that's coming. And so then, of course, then we have the number 3, and 3 has to do with completion. And it says 3, therefore stands for that which is solid, real, substantial, complete, and entire. All things that are specifically complete are stamped with this number 3. God attributes our 3. So it's like opiate and presence. There are 3 great divisions completing time, and that's past, present, and future. So that's your completion. That is going through this process in the past, sustaining it into the present moment, and looking forward to the future. And it's showing that in this situation, with this angel number, it's saying new beginnings. So you're at a completion. You have done this past, present, and future of this situation that you're per se wanting to move away from. You know what I mean? Something that could be stagnant, something that could be a routine that you're just used to doing. And maybe it's not for your greater good. Maybe it's taking too much time. That could even be as simple as, being on your phone and on social media for 4 hours a day instead of bringing that down to 1 hour a day and taking those other 3 hours to do things that you need to do. Take time for yourself, self-care, whatever that needs to be. You have a new beginning coming here. And this eagle, if you're seeing that, if you see eagles, or if you feel, mine's like really a feeling, you know what I mean? Like we see birds all the time or animals all the time, but it's like in that moment, internally yourself, if you feel it, if it affects you, if you feel like it's a sign, that intuition is telling you that this is a sign. And that's when the sign becomes so meaningful to you, because not only is angels or God showing you that, but you're recognizing that it's being shown to you. You're taking that in and you're applying it to your life. And that's why I feel like I have this just simple notebook, and like each day when I get some type of channel or something that sticks out to my mind that I know is important or is going to be important to me or even the collective, I write it down. We just had the full moon in Libra, and the day before that, I went to my best friend's house and she cleared my chakras. And let me tell you, she actually let me draw the cards. Like she fanned them out and let me draw them. And the preciseness of each affirmation for myself, I knew that that's why Spirit was leading her to having me choose the cards instead of her choosing the cards like she would do normally with anybody else. And so like I wrote down here, like the full moon, I wrote all of the different chakras, that she did, base chakra, all of that. And then I wrote the affirmation, right? And I have like multiple pages of these affirmations. And I went outside on the night of the full moon, and I just took like bottled water and I put it in a mason jar, and I put specific crystals that I was led to. And I took this list, and I normally, like before, I was doing like, write your manifestations down and then go outside and put your moon juice out and then, burn it up, release it, let it go. But I felt really drawn this time to take my affirmations outside, and I put it in my car right under the moonlight where my mason jar was. And hold on, let me get my mason jar so I can show you. Okay, so just something like simple like this, you know what I mean? Just like a mason jar. Mine doesn't even have, I don't know why the top's missing, but I just put my crystals in there, put my water in there, and I set it outside under the moonlight with my affirmations. And I felt super positive today. Actually, the last couple of days I have. It's really draining after you get your chakras balanced. I kind of expected that, but I kind of just secluded myself and stayed positive, and going back to the affirmations and being like, yeah, that exactly right. I maybe didn't have the words to say that before, but that's what I was thinking. You know what I mean? So it gives you a base of what you can use to say every day. It doesn't have to be every day, but when you feel like that you're, like, let's go to, okay, so like the third chakra is your solar plexus, right? So that has to do with self-discipline. So if you're beating yourself up about something that you would do before that is not benefiting you, it's just a routine that you're used to beating yourself up, or you're used to being in your head or overthinking, whatever. It's like having that self-discipline to be able to not do that, to not put yourself back in that situation again. You know what I mean? And so I feel with doing the moon juice, I do a lot of times, I do like full moon and new moon, but this time I felt super drawn to take it outside, put it in my vehicle, and then I was more comfortable about drinking it. Like normally I wouldn't drink my moon juice. I haven't done that, but I did this time, and I felt recharged. Like I felt super positive, super strong. And then today I go in there and I'm just like shuffling my cards, like not even having a meaning of putting a reading out for myself, but just shuffling my cards. And it was like everything was coming out. I'd have cards come out in 4s that made sense. I had cards come out in 6s that made sense. And it was just so quick for me to be able to see the depiction on the card and put that into my life. And I was like, whoa, these cards are hot today. Like maybe this could benefit the collective. So we're going to pull just a couple cards. This card I found on the floor. Like I keep all my cards here. I keep all my cards like in a box, like shuffled like this, right? Some of them, I took some of them out so I could, you know, for this reading. But some of them are in the boxes and stuff like that. So I kind of keep everything organized because I have a 4-year-old. So like he likes to come in and check out my crystals and everything. So I have to make sure everything's, you know, in organized order. So I found this on the floor. And this says, readjustments are required. And with just talking about this angel number and new beginnings and different stuff like that, there's going to have to be adjustments. There's going to have to be changes. You know what I mean? Like, if we're going into a new beginning, then there has to be a fresh start. There has to be a new way of looking at things, a new perspective. You know, having more compassion with yourself and others. You know what I mean? Because this is a hard situation, ending a cycle. You know what I mean? With those 3s, completely ending a cycle. And you're going into a new beginning. You have to know that there's adjustments that have to be made at the end of the day. So I'm going to turn this a little bit just so we can see the table. Okay. So we're just going to pull some tarot, not too much, Spirit. See, what did I tell you? Like, it's like they're seriously just like, here's the message. Okay, so this came out separately than this stack. So I'm going to pull this out first, and this is the star card. And the star card has to do with hope. And, you know, be careful to, you know, pay attention to your situations and not be too greedy about certain things. And there's also amount of brightness when it comes to the star card. So it's like, even though, you know, there's transformations happening, endings happening, and new beginnings happening, you know, just remember to have hope during the situation because, you know, at this time, there could be a lot of different things that kind of come to you that maybe are not going, that aren't going to serve you. You know what I mean? You have to make sure that you discern and pick the best avenue for yourself in your life going forward into this new beginning. Okay. Right, and I can understand why, because I feel like in the past year with this 7 of Wands, I feel like there was frustrations, there was aggravation, you know, like you were needing to overcome your frustrations. You know what I mean? Adjustments are required. So it's like when you realize that these adjustments needed to happen, you know what I mean? It was like you looked back on it. You're like, yeah, there is frustration. Like, yeah, maybe I just kind of like schmoozed that over and maybe just like acted like it wasn't important or it didn't affect me, but it's affecting you. You know what I mean? And it was like overcome your frustration. So you are on top of the situation. So now at this point, like you're taking back your power. You're allowing yourself to recognize when something is not good, you know? So then we have the 10 of Wands, which is weighed down with problems. So you feel like that you're just like, you have all this weight on your shoulders, that there's so much burden, like, and that probably has to do with the, you know, this frustration. There's frustration when it comes to these burdens. And then we have the 6 of Swords, and it's wanting to move away to calmer waters. And with this new beginning, that's so true. It's like you don't want to stay in this burdensome situation where there's nothing but frustration constantly. You want to swim forward to calmer waters. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles is improvements are underway. So you're in this process to get out of this burdensome, frustrating situation. You know what I mean? You're moving forward. You're, you know, there's glory, like a place of worship. And here, your last card in between the Four of Swords and the Three of Pentacles is the Hierophant. So this talking about spiritual and worship and taking the time to understand that self-care and self-reflection and faith and spirituality is going to get you out of this, like, feeling like that you have these swords right over your head, and the second that you lift up to move forward to calmer waters, you know, to get out of this frustration and burden, you feel like you're just going to be stabbed in the head and the heart, you know, in the stomach. It's like, it's, you know, with this Hierophant here, these are people that are around you, people that can help you understand what the next step is or what the next move is and how to be able to get past, you know, all these burdens that are being carried. Frustration. So there's definitely like these adjustments here. It's like adjustments are required. So maybe these adjustments are being able to get closer to source and spirit, being able to understand that God and the angels have our back. You know, that's what they're there for. That's why we can abundantly speak to them and have a relationship with them and see the blessings come forth and see how it's like in the beginning, there's nothing but frustration. You're carrying all these burdens. Every time you try to swim away to calmer waters, you know what I mean? You get stuck in your head about, you know, things in the past or, you know, how much work it's going to take to be able to release yourself from all these burdens. But it's telling you, if you go within with this Hierophant card, you're going to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Spirit, just a couple of these. All right. What'd I tell you? I mean, they're just coming out. It's showing you that you and your loved ones are safe. And I feel like there's definitely somebody that is watching over you during this time. We have don't let pride get in the way. So it's like all these situations in the past where it was like, you know what? I'm not going to let my pride get in the way. I'm just going to, you know, stay in this routine and I'm just going to continue the same thing. Don't let your pride get in the way, because your intuition is telling you that these burdensome situations and these frustrations are not serving your greater good anymore. And you have to be able to adjust. You have to be able to accept this new beginning coming in. Then we have show the world the real you. Yeah, express yourself. Be you. Be who you are and who you are comfortable being. When you come forth with your authentic self, when you are, you know, confident and strong and know that what you deserve, you're showing the world your true you when you do that. And then we have here a new start is coming. And with our, you know, our channel messages showing the angel number and showing new beginnings coming in, whether that be relationship, friendship, anything, any kind of new experience that you have been manifesting, it is coming forth. Okay. Now let's just, no? Okay. Let's pull a couple of these sea melodies. Okay. So, right. So this, we have anchor. Keep yourself grounded. During this time, you're going to need the strength, because here, this was the full moon in Leo. So I see this card and I feel like it is like the fireness of the Leo and the strength of the Leo, right? So during this time, you know, keep yourself grounded. Be your own anchor to be able to get yourself, or even it could be saying like, pull the anchor out of the water. You know, like when you're on the boat and you throw the anchor down and you're sitting there, you're going to chill for a little bit. Pull that anchor up. You know what I mean? Get out of this situation of frustration and burdens. I feel like travel here, it says seeing the surface of the ocean is not the same as digging deep to see the coral. Right. So I feel like here, I feel like that needs to go here on the Six of Swords, you know, because you're traveling to calmer waters. it's telling you to explore. It says maps show what has already been discovered. Go another way. So it's like this situation has ran its course. You know what I mean? Every depth of this relationship or job or whatever this may be here, it showed it's already showed you, and you've already discovered what there is to offer. And if it's not for your greater good, and I feel like here with these two cards with frustration and full burden, it's not for the greater good, right? And then we have flow, you know, going with the flow. It says let your worries drift away. You know what I mean? Because it told you in that angel number, let the angels are handling it. You know what I mean? Like, give your burdens to the angels. The angels are here to be able to help you with things that you can't do. They see what you're doing and your progress and all of the headway that you're making and all the growth that you're making. They're seeing that. They're hearing your manifestations. They're hearing your prayers. They're telling you to just go with the flow because this is divinely guided. Okay? And again, we have guidance. And that is find safety in your beacon's light. And I feel like here with the Hierophant and the spirituality and stuff like that, I feel like that's a perfect place for that. Because I feel like in this time period of going through all this, it's like, you know, we're so stuck in this routine and this like stagnant situation. And I say it's stagnant only because like the amount of burdens that was weighing you down, like this heavy load and the frustrations that came with it, it's like if there's no growth happening, if both parties or both, you know, situations are not making the effort to be able to, or one of the people are not taking the time to be able to understand how important it is for growth, you know, you're feeling like that you need to travel and swim to calmer waters. You know what I mean? Because there is a new start coming, regardless. At the end of the day, there is a new start coming. Okay. So let's close it off, Spirit, with some oracles. One more. One more, Spirit, or just those two? Okay, so we have grace, having grace in this situation, and like understanding that you can't control everything and that you just have to allow the people that are helping you, your ancestors and spirit guides, to be able to get you through this. Then we have surrender, releasing, like allowing these butterflies to just illuminate, allowing this transformation to illuminate you, allowing yourself to be able to move forward from this 10 of Wands burdens in the past, this frustration in the past, surrendering to the divine order that is taking place here. Because abundance is coming. Now, that can be abundance in love. That can be abundance in finances. Whatever that may be, abundance is coming. And so is love. True love coming in. After this hard time where you needed strength, you needed to anchor yourself, ground yourself, we're coming to a new start. You know, what we're doing is we're making the adjustments that are required to be able to get us to this spiritual place of abundance and love, right? All right, guys, I'm probably going to pull some different spreads today. See what Spirit's giving us, but I feel a fiery new offer is coming in. This was at the bottom of the deck, and I just felt the need to pull this over and look at it. New beginnings, birth, new ideas, and creation. And that's what this whole reading has said, is that there is new coming in. What's at the bottom of this deck? Compassion, You know, having compassion for yourself during this time. Your guardian angels are watching over you during this time. You know, you feel like you're down on the ground and you're just praying, or you're just meditating, or whatever it is. And it's like in those moments, it's like the true feelings come out and you're able to express that. And your angels and your ancestors hear that, and they're watching over you because there's this light up here. You know what I mean? Just get up. Don't worry about these wands or these swords that are above your head. Excuse me, these swords that are above your head. Don't worry about those, because at the end of the day, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. If you have compassion for yourself and others, you know? All right, guys. You come check back within later. And I'm probably going to have a love reading. I kind of feel in a sense that this was a love reading. And maybe for whatever reason, the point of me doing readings is for it to have a love purpose. Because, you know, that's kind of how I've been living for the last, I would say, year. It's like, love is so important. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's what truly fills you up inside when you have true, genuine love. Now, whether that's for a specific relationship, or that's with your friends, or that's with your family, you know, sometimes it's hard for people to be able to express love, you know, excuse me, how they truly genuinely feel at the end of the day. There's my cue right there. He's like, all right, Mom, you've been on there for long enough. Okay, guys. Well, thank you guys for coming in. Namaste again. Have a good rest of your day. Take some time for yourself. You know what I mean? And stay strong on this journey. All right?